Welcome to the Poekie Nook, where in the past 10 years more than 20,000 Poekies were born, all made by kids aged 6 to 12. These instructional videos accompany our kids so that you can now make your perfect Poekie at home. Here are some tips and tricks in case you run into trouble while you're sewing your Poekie. One of the first ones that you can come across that is trouble is that you run out of string when I am still sewing in the video with my string all the way to the corner there. Now it's no big deal because all you have to do is tie a beginner's knot like I show you in the general instructions. Then you can cut your string. And you get a new thread. Thread the needle. And tie a new knot right there where you tied the last knot. You can cut off the end, and then you just continue stitching like nothing ever happened. This way, anytime you run out of thread, you can just tie the knots, start a new one, and you are back in business. Another trouble that you can come across when you are learning the back stitch is at first you think you're doing it right, you're going behind the thread, coming out in front of the thread, but then something happens and suddenly you do a whip stitch. And it's, oh, that doesn't look very good. But it really doesn't matter. You just ignore the whip stitch that you did there and you make a back stitch over it. Just like that. Now sometimes you get distracted by something and your thread ends up coming out on the back instead of on the front where you were sewing. That too is not a problem because you just stick your needle back to the front and pretend nothing happens, and you just keep on sewing. Just like that. Another issue you can run into is when you are sewing the nose for your mouse and the running stitch is not pulling tight. And you think you've been going nicely along the edge, going down, up, and when you get back to the beginning where you started, you try to pull it and a part of it won't pull. See this area here, it's just a big old gap. It means that somewhere over there you didn't do a running stitch, you did some other stitch in there. Well, it's no big deal because all you have to do, you just go around one more time over all the stitches you just did, making sure that you're going down, up, and once you get all the way around, you can check it again. You pull on it, and now, because you didn't make a mistake, you can pull it nice and tight. So you can open it up, put the fluff in there, and finish making your nose. Here is an issue that many Poekie makers will have in the beginning when they first make their advanced Poekies. The head is not completely centered on the tummy. See how it is at an angle? It should really be facing straight forward, but it's like this. Now, if your head is all the way sideways like this, then I'm afraid to say you will have to take all the stitches out of the neck and reattach the head, trying to get it straight. However, if it's just a little bit crooked, we can fix it with about 4 stitches, and this is how I do it. Here is where I ended with the sewing on the head. So I'm going to go straight to the neck and come out in the front. And now, since the head is a little bit this way, I want to turn it that way. So I'm going to make a stitch in the head. And then I'm going to make a stitch all the way here on the side of the body. And then I pull it, and I pull it really tight. And we have already straightened out the head. Now we just want to make sure it's going to stay like that. So I'm going to do 2 more stitches to make sure that it stays in place, and there it is. Now it's much straighter. So then You just do a few more stitches here in the back and you can tie a knot and cut off your string.
Hi, I'm Sophia, designer of all Poekies. If you like our Poekies, but you can't come to the Poekie Nook, go to our website and order the kits online. Video instructions are included in all of them. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Bye!